stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome to Stafford Springs, Connecticut, and the Stafford Motor Speedway for the next round of the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Trapasso. Thank you so much for making this part of your Monday evening. Some of the most hallowed grounds of short track racing in the Northeast here at Stafford. Some of the absolute greats of all time on short tracks in the U.S. have cut their teeth here. Cuddy Christopher, Richie Evans, Nolan Swift, Gordon Johncock, for that matter, has raced here in the past. But tonight, we set to do battle for the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Hot lap session getting ready to come to an end here. So taking a look at the weather conditions currently. Hot, hazy, and humid is about the only way I could describe it here tonight in Stafford. 90-degree ambient air temperature, 88% relative humidity. It's muggy, muggy, muggy for sure. Track conditions, though, holding pretty steady under cloudy skies. Only 107-degree track temperature. Not as bad as it could be. And that is no joke there. As just about a minute left here in the hot lap session. Currently, your top two in points are your top two in points as they're doing battle right now. Papini and Danta, your two front runners at this time. Only 36,000 separating those two. Corey Rogers is here. Brandon Wilkinson is back with the series this week. Aaron Hicks, Trent Smith, all the usual, the heavy hitters of the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series are here. Let us know who you're pulling for tonight, and we will try to highlight your favorite driver as this evening wears on. So 125 laps of scheduled distance here for the A feature. Counting only 21 haulers in the infield, which is actually right there on the back straightaway. Just to the outside of the backstretch here, as we're looking down from the iRacing blimp. And so we're not going to need a heat race. That's the good news. Everybody should transfer directly into the A feature with this field. Hot lap session now coming to an end. Let's take a click over into the qualifying as they are now on the clock for 10 minutes. Times are going to be going in hot and heavy. That's for darn tootin'. As we are waiting to see who's going to be the first one to roll it. And if you said N. Pompano, as he always does, running the 01 here tonight. And for some reason, Trading Paints needs to refresh. Is that Coyer in the 13? New paint scheme on his car this evening. Anthony Danta in the 051. And again, Trading Paint's not playing nicely right now, so bear with us on that one, folks. Right now, Danta on his first one. There we go. Now Danta's got the right paint on his first flyer as he goes to the top of the heat. Ed Pompano, there he is in the 01 Mustang. There's Jeremy Bingham. New paint scheme for Jeremy here tonight. As not sure what's going on there. Zach Coyer in the 13. Let's take a look at Zach's paint scheme. Oh, digging it. Really digging that one, Zach. Nicely done, whoever painted that for you. As Weston Ward goes to the top of the heap with a 29.26. Wow. Papini going to slot in fourth quick. There is Jeff Dillon. Travis Wright in the 10. Goes up to 6 quick. Matt Votty back with the Thunder Chicken this week. Love that paint scheme. Absolutely love that paint scheme. Chris Reardon, Ken Storkson. For the first time this season, Storkson was not the first one to roll it off pit road. Goes up to 13th quick. Trent Smith in the 3. Had a great run going last week. As Reardon spins it just past the finish line, it's going to put him 14th quick. Storkson, same thing. Looks like he may bang the wall coming to the stripe. And Vade, he's got both his laps in the books. Wilkinson, there he is. Deegan Smith starting to roll it as well. Let's take a look at Deegan. There he is in the 15. Trent's got to get a clean one in here. Down the back straightaway he comes with a good head of steam. And you can see really where the apron is. You don't want to go much below those hash marks there. Deegan Smith, 7th quick. Not too shabby as Wilkinson to the top of the heap with a 19.21. Wow. That's what you call putting in work right there. Wilkinson, of course, getting clinched into the playoffs here coming up in the fall via winning the King of Cali series back at Irwindale. 4 races, and he got the most points between the 4 races. About 5 minutes left here in qualifying, and just about everybody has posted a time here. Still waiting on Brett McCoy, Rick Ward, and Steve Wright to present. Corey Rogers now starting to roll it. There he is. In the Sim Pit 17. This track doesn't have a ton of banking to it, but what it does have is going to make that outside lane have to really work for it. And if these guys start to struggle with the car getting tight, they can dip 2 tires down onto that apron going into the corners right there where you see Rogers running. You can dip to... Oh, hang on to her. And that just threw away both laps. Well, poop. Wilkinson still turning some laps here just to get the last bit of practice in to figure out what he's got to do here in an elongated run. let me pull up tonight's points. Come on. Here we go. So tonight at Stafford, we will be spending Memorial Day at Thompson Speedway, just up the road here in Thompson, Connecticut. And then on 9/11, we will be running twin 75s at Myrtle Beach. And then, of course, the regular season championship, 200 laps at USA Speedway on September 18th. Taking a quick look at the point standings coming into tonight. We're going to flash this up on your screen for you. There we go. Alex Papini, Anthony Danta sitting atop the pile, only 12 markers separating those two. Trent Smith sitting in third place, about 40 markers off of Danta. Jeremy Bingham is another 21 markers back as he is tied with Brett McCoy for fourth. Matt Vade sitting in sixth. Eric White, Eric White, Steve Wright, Gleason Smith, Rick Ward, and Smith are tied for ninth right now. And we saw Wilkinson, who did win the King of Cali series, did drop 9 after not showing up last week. Same thing for Kelsey Rogers. He falls to 14th. Biggest mover this week is right back there with Jeff Dillon. Let's pull that back up. Dillon sitting 19th. He gained 6 spots last week. As we are going to get that off the screen, and there you go. All Pro Super Series is what we are on tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the live chat. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that like button to let us know you like what we're doing here. There we go. Let's get that off the screen. A little bit of time left here in the qualifying session. About a minute left. Still enough time to get at least one flyer in. They're still waiting on the 1 of McCoy, the 34 of Ward, and the 61 of Wright to try to post times here. And they are running out of time quick, fast, and in a hurry. Beautiful area of Connecticut here in Stafford Springs. As what on earth is wrong there? Oh, that's why. As finally Wilkinson brings it pit side. As Corey Rogers still sitting on pit road there. A little bit different pit road than what we're used to seeing here. As you notice, it's right down the center of the track. As we've got the infield, the short oval on the front stretch there, which they use for Legends cars, go-karts, and quarter midgets. And then, if you'll notice on the back straightaway, there's that jut out there that goes towards the infield. That's actually the start-finish line of the road course here. Yes, you heard me right. There's a road course here in Stafford Springs. As that is going to do it, as we are going to try to reach out. Yeah, actually we do have him, as we are going to reach out now to the man who did set quick time here. Brandon Wilkinson, welcome back. Congratulations on yet another pole, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
So, Stafford is a little bit... I'd like to liken it to Irwindale with longer straightaways. How close am I to that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's my home track, so I just look at it at Stafford. So,
Fair enough. But
yeah,
just putting out there, you had some dominant performances at Irwindale Inner and Outer, and now you're coming to Stafford and you set quick time again. I know your work schedule is really hampering your show ups here this season, but you've already punched your ticket in. I didn't get a chance to congratulate last time we spoke on winning the King of Cali series.
yeah. Obviously, I can't show up every week, so the whole points deal sucks for me. But punching our ticket was good. I'll be able to make all the playoff races, so that'll be key. Just this will probably be my last race to the playoffs, but this is my home track, or might run next week at Thompson. We'll see. But yeah, those are my 2 home tracks, so I definitely figured I needed to show up.
If you don't mind me asking, whereabouts in Connecticut are you?
I'm in Mooresville, North Carolina now, but I grew up Mystic, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. I stayed there the last time I crewed on a car here at Thompson, or at Stafford.
Yep, I got you.
So, actually, I think we stayed there at Thompson, too, no, come to think of it. But, again, Brandon, congratulations. Welcome back, and hopefully you'll have the best of luck here at your home track.
Yeah, thanks. We'll try to kick their teeth in. We'll see.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
As there you go. We're waiting for them to have to. Apparently, because they did set it up with a heat race available, they still have to have the pace truck start, and we have to wait 90 seconds for that to take place. So we are going to step away, pay a couple bills, and we'll be right back after this.
What's up, guys? Roger Debo, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media.
And we are back at Stafford Motor Speedway here in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Taking a look right now at what's got to be my favorite paint scheme of the night. That, of course, is the 13 of Zach Coyer out of Antioch, Tennessee. I mean, I'm digging it. I was going into my teens right when Days of Thunder came out, and I'm loving that. And I just spoke to those guys down in their team chat, and Matt Vade is the mastermind behind that paint scheme here tonight. Checking in with Ed Pompano. There is the ace rolling off. We haven't seen Brett McCoy yet. Ken Storkson, there he is. New paint scheme on that whip this week. Definitely can't miss him now with the Dayglow green on that car. Wow, that's bright. Chris Reardon coming down the back chute now. There he is in the Ford Mustang. Travis Wright, again, I'm always going to be a Dodge guy, as Wright's already bent up the right side fender on that 10. There is your pole sitter, Brandon Wilkinson, setting quick time here tonight. Now, they are going to invert the top 8. So the quick time award does go to Wilkinson. Running for the posse here this evening. Let's take a look at Eric White. Jeff Dillon back with the crew in his Pontiac, the familiar number 50 Deuce. There's Aaron Hicks as well in his Mustang, back with the 5150, the Splash and Go Ford Mustang. Steve Wright didn't post a time in qualifying, but the Shelbyville, Michigan native is here. No! A little overzealous there, coming off a 4. That's not helpful, as your hometown hero is Wilkinson from just up the road. Grew up here at Stafford and Thompson Speedways. And again, some of the greatest short track drivers in the history of short track drivers have cut their teeth here at Stafford and Thompson Speedways. Something about the water here in Connecticut is really, it just has bred short track drivers. I mean, you got Teddy Christopher, who was the man, the myth, and the living legend behind the wheel of a modified. He never got a chance to race against Richie Evans, but Teddy Christopher was the second coming of Evans, if you ask me. The man was untouchable here with the SK modifieds and the Tour modifieds. This was Teddy's playground, and Brandon Wilkinson looking to bring another one home for the Connecticut natives here this evening. Checking in with Anthony Danta. He is on track now as well, as he's right behind Alex Papini. Those two guys have just gone to work this season, and closest battle for the championship is between these two. It's only 12 points separating. And you can see Papini coming down pit road now. That is a very difficult pit lane to hit under green flag conditions. We're doing 125 laps here tonight and next week at Thompson. So are we going to see what we saw last week? These guys went caution free. Had a caution early in the early going, but nobody changed tires. As we went 120 of 125 laps under green flag conditions. Papini checking tire wear right now. Jeremy Bingham, not sure what's going on with Bingham's car. as he is driving the 6 tonight, but being scored with his normal 017 transponder. Huh. Okay. Gleason Smith and the SW Boatworks Chevy. Getting some final tune into that vehicle. Again, Chris Reardon, always in contention. Rick Ward, there he is. Out of Knoxville. Still waiting on Weston Ward, Brett McCoy, Matt Vade, Corey Rogers, and Trent Smith to, well, that was ugly. Aaron Hicks just coming off pit road now. So is Alex Papini. As about 2 minutes left here in the warm-up session. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat. If you haven't done so already, let us know who you're rooting for tonight, and we will try to highlight your favorite driver as the night wears on. As Papini gets it all wrong, coming off a 2. Wow, that was a big slide. Steve Wright, one of the OGs here in the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. As he's having a little bit of problem there. Danta, you see him just turning laps here, putting in work, making sure what this car is going to do when it comes time to drop the hammer under anger for green flag conditions. Checking in with the weather conditions right now. Track temperature is already starting to drop as we are going to be finishing under the lights here this evening. Just a little bit after 6, quarter after 6 in the evening. 7-mile-an-hour winds. Not too shabby as it's coming straight across that grandstand. So the grandstand's actually blocking the wind right now for this track. 91% relative humidity. That's a little muggier than I would like to see, especially considering there were 89-degree ambient air temperature with a 93-degree track temperature. Track temperature is going to drop as the night wears on. But I think we should consider ourselves lucky that iRacing doesn't have rain yet. Because I'm looking at the actual weather right now in Stafford Springs, and yeah, they're getting hit with a good one right now as far as storms go. As that is going to call an end to the warm-up as we go to tonight's starting grid. There we go. Jeff Dillon, by virtue of the redraw, is going to start up on pole position. He's going to be joined up there with Deegan Smith. Aaron Hicks and Alex Papini rolling it from row number 2. Weston Ward and Anthony Danta picking up row number 3. Row 4 is going to see Trent Smith and your Quick Time Award winner, Brandon Wilkinson. And everybody else starting straight up on their qualifying time. So Ed Pompano going to roll it from 9th. He's going to be joined with Travis Wright. Jeremy Bingham and Eric White make up row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Zach Coyer and Matt Vade. Gleason Smith and Ken Storkson rolling it from row number 8. Row 9 is going to see Chris Reardon and Corey Rogers, Brett McCoy, and Rick Ward in row number 10. And starting shotgun on the field back there in 21st is going to be the 61 of Steve Wright. Now, McCoy, Ward, and Wright did not post times in qualifying, so they are lined up via their iRatings here this evening. Checking in with the conditions right now. Still very muggy. The temperature is going to drop, though, as the sun continues to set here. As Jeff Dillon going to have the button when we get ready to turn them loose here. 125 laps of scheduled distance. One spare set of tires on pit road. That's all you get. Don't be greedy. As the lights go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. Dillon and Ward getting ready to bring us down to green as the field working its way through 1 and 2 right now. Down the back straightaway they come. The pace truck starts to pick up a little bit of pace. The only thing that's left for me to say is, it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the popcorn because it's time to get it on in Connecticut. Race fans, it's showtime! Green flag is out, and we are underway here as Dillon gets out to the early lead. Ward and Hicks leaning on each other right now. And don't look now, but Dance is on the move. Picking him up and laying him down here in the early going. Your biggest mover right now is back there in the 7. That is Matt Vade, who's currently sitting +6. Wilkinson and Papini looks like they have gotten into each other as they have both fallen like stones. That is Reardon, who's working on Jeremy Bingham and Papini right now. Papini on the charge, though, trying to claw his way back towards the front. Oh, around goes Reardon. Into the infield. Let's go back and take a look at what did happen there. Did you see Reardon there in the 46? As he's just going to touch the apron, get down, try to turn it back down, touches the apron again, and it just unloads the rear end on him, and around he goes. Luckily, nobody hit him. Right now, this field getting pretty strung out and single-filed out, as you kind of do here in the early goings. Your closest battle right now is between Trent Smith and Eric White. There they are, as we are going to bring up the battle box. Battle for 6, still hot and heavy right now. As right in front of them, it's starting to heat up for second place. As that is Weston Ward working on the back of Aaron Hicks. No love lost between those two. As here we go. Your leaders are already into lap traffic. And big shocker who it is, that's Jeff Dillon. Oh no, Dillon's your leader, I'm sorry. That is the 46 of Reardon, who is still loose as a goose coming off of 2. That is not good. And he's got to get out of the way of the leaders because they are coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. And here we go. Ward was looking to make a move, but Reardon got in his way. Dillon, Hicks, Ward, Danta, Smith, and White. Your top 6 right now. Throw a blanket over them as they got about half a second to the good over that 10 of Travis Wright, the only Dodge in the field here tonight. Mad Body right behind him and the only Thunder Chicken. But you got Chegarty Farms running right now in 7th, 8th, and 9th place. Not too shabby. Checking back in here with Papini, as he's now working on the back of Gleason Smith in the 5. Battle for 10th, hot and heavy right now. Actually, it's 11th between Papini and Smith. Papini now gets up in front of Smith. Now sets his sights on 10th place. Something we don't see all the time. Alex Papini running towards the back. And outside the top 10, to be honest with you. I think he's only had one of those since I've started broadcasting this league. Aaron Hicks and Weston Ward starting to get things hot and heavy for second place right now. Ward working all over the back bumper of Hicks right now. As a matter of fact, let's go on board with Ward. I'm not sure I agree with how low these guys are entering turn 1. I mean, you really need to arc the corner here, especially at the south end of the track. Taking a look back at Danta. From the looks of it, everybody battling a very tight race car right now with how much of the apron everybody's using. And that's one of the ways you can get this car to initiate rotation is using the apron, but these guys are using a lot more than I would be comfortable doing, I can tell you that. I would have raised the track bar and jacked a little wedge into her prior to going green. Oh, Ward getting up into second place, though. Here comes Danta to follow him through in third. Working lap 23, getting ready to put 23 now in the books as Dillon continues to show the way by about 6 car length separation between him and Weston Ward. Danta now up into third. Papini still back there. Now he is in the top 10. Now he's got to set his sights on reeling in Zach Coyer. Let's go on board with your points leader. we're on board with Integrity Farms. Number 13 is Zach Coyer. And Zach, I'm digging the helmet as well as the paint scheme here tonight. Of course, both of those being done by the driver of the 7, Matt Vade. Coyer under heavy pressure right now from the points leader, Papini. Papini going to shove it down into turn number 1, gets to the low side. Coyer gives him plenty of room. Vade getting a little bit loose as he's working on the back of the 6 now of Eric White. Here comes Papini looking to the inside of Vade. Vade still currently your biggest mover at +6. Papini is now -5. Vade way down on the apron there, going into 1 and 2. Going to get that car to really rotate, get some drive off, and side by side with White. And Papini's probably about ready to start kicking puppies, going, come on, guys, I got to get going here. Vade now sits +7 into 7th spot in the 7. Who says numerology can't be fun? Now with 34 laps in the books, this is your closest battle on track between Vade and Papini. And you can see just how badly those brake rotors are already glowing here this evening. A little bit of separation being formed there. So far, so good, as Deegan Smith has an off track. Looks like he's going to bring it pit side there. Let's take a look at what happened to the 15 here as we go back and look. Just a little overzealous there. A little bit too much rear brake bias. And going into the pits. And around goes Smith. Luckily he didn't hit anything though. Looks like Smith is calling it a night. As we're checking back in here for the battle for second. That is Weston Ward and Anthony Danza going to war with each other. Jeff Dillon now out to a full second advantage over these two. And I can't help but thinking that those two fighting with each other is letting Dillon get away. But they're still pulling a gap on Aaron Hicks back there as he's 2 seconds adrift off of Danza. There we go. You see Danta really applying the pressure to Ward right now as we're going to go back here to Brandon Wilkinson as he is leaning on Eric White. There we go, as Wilkinson, your hometown hero, really was leaning on White that time, finally gets back by him, and now sits only -2 from where he started. But he's got those two very tough Tegrity Farms rides in front of him. He's got to try to get by. Check it back up towards the front. Danta still all over Weston Ward. Let's go on board with Danta, shall we? Laps in the books as Weston Ward sits comfortably in second now. He's got about a half a second in front of him and a half a second behind him, as Dillon did get caught up there a little bit with the lap traffic. Checking back in here with Eric White as Vade working on him right now, or is it the other way around? Vade's coming pit side. Interesting. Not sure what's going on there, as now Wilkinson working on Coyer. And your hometown hero, Wilkinson, starting to really pick up the pace here, as he is now back even with the board of where he started this piece 54 laps ago. And with a few pockets of racing starting to heat up, we're going to step away. We're going to pay a couple bills, but don't fear, we're not going to miss anything as we go side by side. We'll be right back. And we are back. There we go. We are back at Stafford Springs, Connecticut for the Stafford Motor Speedway 125 here tonight as part of the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for the call on this one. Jeff Dillon has carved out a second and a half over that battle for second that we were watching between Weston Ward and Anthony Dantas. They're working their way through lap traffic right now. And the lap cars are not being as kind to the race leaders as you would expect them to be. This is your closest battle on track by far. And just as I say that, Alex Papini starts to turn the heat up on Trent Smith. Papini fell to the back early, and now he is starting to pick him up and lay him down. As a matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, he and Wilkinson both had to take EOL penalties, as now Papini all over the back bumper of Smith. Let's go on board with our points leader. As there you can see, Trent Smith has now caught Aaron Hicks. Hicks did have some breathing room. It's all gone now as the man from Easley, South Carolina, throws it to the inside, going into one. Now Hicks caught up on that outside lane, and that's not where he wants to be. Here comes Gleason Smith as well in the 5. Now, Trent Smith is your defending series champion. Won the 2022 version of the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. And he drives real-life asphalt modifieds. So, come to the right place if you want modified country. Matter of fact, Connecticut's full of them. As there goes Brandon Wilkinson getting by Hicks. Hicks is in a backslide right now. He may have burned all his tires off as he gets a toot from Travis Wright. So now Zach Coyer working his way by him. Coyer currently your biggest mover in the positive direction as he sits +5. Hicks, unfortunately, of the cars still running, your biggest mover in the negative direction at -6. Unfortunately, Deegan Smith took it to the house early in the 15. He is now 17 spots down. It's Bingham brings it pit side. There is Corey Rogers in the other 17 out of Medford, New York. Checking back up here between Smith and Papini. They're just getting it right now. And Weston Ward still leads Anthony Danza for your battle for second. You might be asking, where's our race leader? Well, there he is. A full 2 seconds ahead of that battle for second. He's got quite a few lap cars separating the two of them. So No big pressure right now for Jeff Dillon. However, Anthony Danta, let's go on board with Danta. And let's take a look at the weather conditions while we're at it. Well, there you see why the track temperatures dropped 10 degrees since we started this race. Still humid as all get out, which means horsepower is at a premium here tonight. And you got to really keep this car wound up to make anything happen. And you can see just how much of that apron these guys are having to take to get these cars to rotate. Danta's trying to do everything he can to try to loosen that car from center off. Currently getting ready to put lap 81 in the books here tonight from Stafford. You're riding on board with your second place in points coming into tonight, Anthony Danta. And where's his dancing partner up there, your points leader? He is back here in fifth. It's now Alex Papini flirting with one. Not quite yet back to being even with the board after giving an EOL here to start the A feature. And the reason for that being that you have to take your qualifying laps in the first 5 minutes of qualifying, or else you are going to start tail end of the field in the A feature. Papini still putting the pressure on Smith. Eric White peels the 6 off from 10th place to go pit side. This is going to be his money stop as we are already past halfway. We're already, well, 3/4 of the way through this piece. As we're checking back in here with Smith and Smith and Papini. As this is one of your closest battles on track. And as I say that, it's hot and heavy for 13th. That's Bingham looking to the inside of Vade. Now, Bingham was down on lap 74 to get 2 fresh tires. Vade was down on 51. Eric White was down on 84. Gleason Smith was down on, actually, Gleason Smith is, yeah, he's still running. He was down on 65. And Ken Storkson has decided to call it a night, as has Rick Ward in 34. Checking back up here, it's Rogers. Getting put a lap down, as that is the 6 of Eric White, getting his lap back from Rogers. You got to wonder, are we going to see a repeat of what we saw last week, as that race went flag to flag, caution free. You are watching the All Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Some of the best short track drivers in all of iRacing call the All Pro Sim Series their home. Checking back in with this field, Jeff Dillon is out now to about a 2nd and an 8th, or a 2nd and 8/10ths, I should say. Wilkinson has gone pit side, so has the 13 of Coyer. Are we going to see your leaders come pit side? As we're checking back in with this battle for 2nd. Your biggest mover right now, by far, is that 17 of Corey Rogers. As he not only didn't post time in qualifying, he actually pit started. And he's already sitting plus 11 from where he was supposed to start. Aaron Hicks and Zach Coy are going after each other. Both Coyer and Wilkinson did take 2 when they came down for a fuel stop there on lap 90. As Papini's now on pit road. As he's coming out now, Coyer's going to have a head of steam when he gets to Papini as Dillon peels off and goes pit side. Oh, what are we seeing, folks? As finally Danta gets by Ward and takes over the race lead as Dillon has gone pit side here on lap 95. Now, we're under caution. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Trent Smith, what happened? Let's go back and take a look at what did happen with the 3 here. And both those cars behind him do have fresh tires on the right side. Oh! That was Gleason Smith that just went ass over tea kettle. Let's watch this one again. Smith trying to work to the inside of Smith. And you got the 01 of Pompano working the outside. Oy. That's a view you never want to see. Is the underside of the pavement. Oh, my Lanta. We're on board with Ed Pompano right now. Pompano going to send it in a little bit harder on Smith. And Smith's going to come up into him there. And then Pompano gets tagged. Well, crap. Well, the good news is those that hadn't come down pit road are able to now, and those that have are able to get their laps back, as Travis Wright is currently your race leader after pitting 1 lap before the caution. Talk about a lucky rabbit's foot. And that is his teammate, Zach Coyer, both running for Tegrity Farms here tonight. It looks like the 17 of... Okay, that was Corey Rogers catching the tail end of the field. We are now 26 laps to go. I'm not sure where Corey Rogers is going. They're going to have to extend this caution. With so many cars wanting to take the wave around, they are going to need to extend this caution 1 more lap, or we're going to be in deep trouble. Travis Wright, though, has the button as we get ready to peel it on off. And they have extended the caution 1 more lap, luckily. You see the cones there on the inside. That is your restart zone here this evening. 25 laps to go here at Stafford Springs and only 1 caution to speak for it. Incredible. And the question is Wright going to let Coyer get back on the lead lap the hard way? And for that matter, he's going to let Vady do the same thing. And green flag comes back out, and we are back underway here Wright jumps out to an early one as Rogers drops it down like it's hot. Good grief. And those are all lap cars behind him. So right now, Travis Wright is in the rocking chair as he's got two of his Targety Farm teammates and Eric Wright trying to hold back Brandon Wilkinson. But he's got to deal with Corey Rogers, who is all over him right now. And Rogers and Wright both took 4 when they came down for their money stop. Anthony Danta only took 2. Jeff Dillon took 2. Alex Papini took 2 when he came down. And Jeremy Bingham only took 2 when he came down. So the 2 cars that are leading this piece and starting to walk away with it. Fast lap of the race for Rogers. Holy cow. Look at that lap. 1:19.35 with a 2 for Rogers. But you take a look at Travis Wright, he was faster still with a 19.32 with a 7, and we're back under caution. Something happened with Brandon Wilkinson. There you see Danta and Dillon with him. Oh, did we get the chrome horn going into 1? 3 wide, you're the meat, and oh! Let's watch that again. This is from the iRacing blimp now. See Wilkinson and Dillon going after each other, going into 1. Looks like a little bit of net code. Got Wilkinson a little bit loose. That opened the door for Papini to get to his inside. 3 wide coming off a 2, and yep, boom goes the dynamite. For 3 of the fastest cars all night. Great, googly moogly. Yeah. Good news if you're a Zach Coyer fan. Zach just got back on the lead lap. And took a free pit stop with it. Looks like he may have taken rights. $18 laps to go. And how about Travis Wright tonight? Fast lap of the race, 19:33. And look at those lap times he was turning before the caution. 19:39, backs up with a 19:39 and a 19:40. Could we see Travis get his first win on the season tonight? I would love to see that Dodge in victory lane. Choose cone in effect. That's going to move Anthony Danta up to 2nd on this restart. Corey Rogers looking to go with Wright. Oh, this is going to get fun. Lights are out on the pace truck. There it goes down to pit road. Wright has the button. Green flag is back out. Rogers bangs the wall up 4. Oh, baby. They're 3 wide back there with Aaron Hicks, Alex Papini, and Corey Rogers. Somebody just went down. That was Vady. Vady just went through the grass on the restart. Rogers now works on the backside of Danta as here comes Papini. And here comes Wilkinson. Oi. It's an absolute slugfest here in the top 10 with 13 to go. 39 on 39 crime as Papini moves Hicks up and out of the way, and he's going to bring Wilkinson with him. As Wilkinson now into the top 5 in his home race. Good grief, boys. Bingham works to the inside of Hicks. Hicks not having a good time of it tonight, as he's going to lose out to the 5 as well of Weston Ward. Getting back up here in the front, Travis Wright trying to hold off Anthony Danta as they're coming to 10 to go. Double high 5 in the air. Wright, Danta, Rogers, Wilkinson, Papini, Bingham, Hicks, Coyer, Dillon. All your lead lap cars. Matt Beatty in 10th. The first car 1 or more laps down. Gleason Smith now coming off pit road. Eight to go. Travis Wright continuing to show the way here in that Integrity Farms Dodge. Oofa. And they are really heating things up in that top 4 right now. Throw a blanket over them. As Papini's starting to fall off them a little bit. Wilkinson is the caboose in this freight train as we are coming to 6 to go now. Oh, Wilkinson bombs it going into 1, leaning on the 17 of Rogers. Rogers throws the block going into 3. Wilkinson sends it. Little tail slide hip toss action as Wilkinson now onto the podium. Five to go. Wilkinson is going to have to dig deep here to get by those 2 cars in front of him. Wright and Danta have been fast all night long. Travis Wright plus 9. Anthony Danta plus 3. Brandon Wilkinson now plus 5. After setting quick time in qualifying and having to start 8th on the field. Corey Rogers right there is plus 14, your biggest mover by far tonight. As Wilkinson leans on Danta through 1 and 2, gives Danta the position back, going down the back chute. Oh, a little bit of toot from the chrome horn. And we're going into overtime. What happened, Zach Coyer? That car's a mess. You see Coyer working on the backside of Dillon. That is for position. Ooh, hip check from White. Okay then. You can't tell me that Zach Coyer was not on the brakes. Look how red those things are. Let's watch that again. See, Dillon nudges White, gets him a little loose coming into 3. Runs him up the track. They're 3 wide coming off of 4. Oy vey. And that car is now officially considered a mess. The good news is, though, Chief Cook and Bottle Washer over there at Integrity Farms Racing, Matt Vade, who's also the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here in the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series, is now back on the lead lap. For those of you unfamiliar with overtime and how it works here in iRacing, well, you're about to find out what it's like. The green flag is going to come out. The leader has to make it all the way back around from the green flag to actually cross physically the start-finish line to take the white flag for us to race back to checkers. Wright is going to need the restart of his career. As lights should be going out on the pace truck this time by. Vade going to the low side. Interesting. Vade with the button. Pace car getting ready to peel it on off as we get ready to turn them loose for the final lap here. Green-white checker finish. Getting ready to wrap things up as the pace truck peels on off. Travis Wright with the button. Danta was leaning on him. Oy. As Danta now has to deal with Wilkinson. Ooh, big shot from the 56. 100 more yards to go and we're racing back to checkers. We are officially racing back to checkers. As Danta, Papini, and Rogers leaning on each other now for third. Travis Wright just has to avoid it. He just barely misses Brandon Wilkinson coming for him. Wright, your race winner. Wilkinson coming home in second. Alex Papini coming home with another podium here tonight after what could have been disaster there with about 20 to go. As he's getting ready to do his celebration here of hard-fought, well-earned victory for the 10 of Travis Wright. Way to go putting that Dodge in victory lane, my friend.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. It's been more than a few years since I've been able to do this.
Well, from the looks of it, you didn't miss a beat tonight as you timed your pit stop perfectly. Were you coming in a couple of laps regardless, or was that your game plan all along to stay out until there was a caution or not?
Yeah, it took some luck tonight. I had about 2 laps of fuel. I was actually getting ready to put about 4 or 5 gallons in and checking just right side only, and then I seen him wrecking on the back stretch. It just worked out great tonight.
Incredible drive, Travis. You held off some of the toughest drivers in this league to come home with a victory. How big is tonight for you right now?
Well, I'm not sitting very good in the point standing. Haven't had the greatest of years, so this is everything tonight. This makes the season. Like I said, it's been a couple of years since I've won, so this is great.
Travis, congratulations. Awesome victory. Congratulations to the entire Integrity Farms team tonight as you put all 3 cars in the top 10. I don't know if you're aware of that little factoid tonight.
No, I did not. That's great. Yeah, we have been getting better as a group, as running for the top 10s. I turned everything off. I didn't want to know where anybody was at when the last couple of restarts.
Travis, congratulations. Best of luck to you next week at Thompson.
All right, thank you. See you guys next week.
And unfortunately, I do not have the other two members of the podium here tonight. Huh. Well, that's going to do it for us here this evening as we put another one in the books. Congratulations to Travis Wright winning and being your biggest mover, actually, at +9. So congratulations to you on that one as well, Travis. Brandon Wilkinson coming home in second place, your hometown hero. Hopefully he can be back next week for Thompson as well. As Alex Papini just wrestles third away from Anthony Danta there on the final lap. Danta coming home in fourth. Jeremy Bingham running out your top 5. Jeff Dillon, who led the first 102 laps of this race, unfortunately coming home in sixth. Still on the lead lap, though. Aaron Hicks, everything went very south for him in the last part of this race. Corey Rogers in eighth. Matt Beatty, Zach Coyer rounding out your top 10. Eric White, Weston Ward, Ken Storkson, Rick Ward, Ed Pompano rounding out your top 15. And then rounding out your field of drivers that showed up, Gleason Smith, Trent Smith, Steve Wright, and Deegan Smith, and Chris Reardon did take the green. Brett McCoy did not start tonight's event. That is going to do it for us this evening. Be sure to join us next Monday on Labor Day as we go to Thompson Speedway just up the road here for my other favorite Connecticut track. But that is going to do it for us tonight here for the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. This is Tony Trapasso reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, until we get a chance to meet again as you walk down the road of life this week, do me a huge favor. Don't play in traffic. Stay safe. God bless. Good night.